Hello, good morning. Welcome into another episode of Good Morning Nasdaq right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. My name is Dom. That handsome gentleman is Huddie. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you guys had a great start to your week. Yesterday was Monday. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd day of April, year of our Lord 2025. Told you yesterday, I hope you had a great weekend, so that still stands. Market is still kind of with a side of bleh. And that's just kind of how it is right now. Not a ton of plays. We had one good squeezer runner yesterday, UPXI, that we talked about in the morning, that did end up running a lot higher and then faded off into the close. Hopefully has a red day today. Fingers crossed for a reversal. But yeah, overall market took a beating yesterday, down like 2.5%. I think it's up a little bit this morning, but that's commonplace these days. Up or down a percent is pretty much normal. And until we get some sort of stability there, I'm not sure how stable the market down here is going to be in small cap land, but I don't do a whole lot of thinking past that. We'll take the opportunities as we get them. We got some plays setting up. If you are in the room, you know about those plays. You get my watch list every night. You get Huddie's watch list every day. You get Kyle's watch list every day. And we try to keep you up to date with what we're watching, why we're watching it. We also do 2 live webinars every week. You'll have one today with me and Kyle, and that is going to be a live trading webinar at 11. So we'll talk through any big questions you guys have, as well as anything that's moving in the market today and over the past few days. We got Wayne in here, Sly, cosign, Warren, Micah, Fernando, Chris B. Good morning. Good morning. I encourage more of you, if you're just sitting here listening and you're in front of your screens, you got your charts up, you're preparing for the morning, get in the live chat, join our community here on YouTube, ask some questions, talk to each other, say, yo, Fernando, what'd you do yesterday? How'd you trade? All that is possible in the live chat. So, yeah, how you doing, Huddie?
I'm good. I'm good.
Gosh, that's
How are
awesome
you?
to hear. I'm all right.
How are you?
Currently drinking coffee out of a pumpkin mug, so I think I'm in the wrong season. Oh, goodness. Wrong season. But it is spring. We got a beautiful day. You got a beautiful day? I see sun by you.
Yeah, it's getting to the 70s here. That's good.
Oh,
Yeah, it's hot. I got sunburn over the weekend. That was crazy.
what is wrong with you?
I
I'm
forgot
st-
sunscreen.
I'm still peeling from Florida. Um, I love the sun. Gotta love some vitamin D. Um, we got Trade Floor in the room right now asking Fernando, what'd you do? Fernando, get going over there. Let us know. Um, all right, got some big gappers today. Had a big 300-400% gapper yesterday. We got 2 today over 200%. One is one that I know that we have traded before or seen before. One is one I don't remember that. That's GELS, gels. So we'll talk about that. We'll go through that list. If you have any other questions about other tickers and we have time towards the end, we'd be happy to get to them. So let us know. First off, just one bit of housekeeping. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Get that number up towards 50. I don't want to have to ask towards the end. You don't want me to ask, so you just go ahead and do it. You just want your words of wisdom at the end. And so hit that thumbs up button right now. Also, if you're not, I'm talking to you people out there who are in the stream every day, Monday through Friday, because we're live every day the market is open, and you're not subscribed to the channel. You don't have to do anything else. Just click that subscribe button. You don't even have to hit the notification bell or whatever that thing does. Just show your support for the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Get us up towards 7K. And while you're here, check out other videos. We post 2 to 3 videos every single week. One more long form and a couple about the current market and what we're seeing in the market. So you don't want to miss that stuff. Hit subscribe. Share it with a friend. Let somebody know who's also an aspiring trader that we're here every single day for a little bit of Good Morning Nasdaq. What do you think, Huddy? Ready to kick her off?
Yeah, we got some gappers today.
We always start with the biggest gappers here with the gold medalist coming in at, let me let you know an exact current number, 352%. It is GELS Gels, or as Huddy would say, Geltech, a
Delta.
biotechnology company out of Australia. They have a 3.74 million float. They specialize in the formulation, development, and manufacturing of an innovative ingestible gel platform designed for nutrient and drug delivery. I think they're like the gel that you put your drug in. Is that what I'm saying? It's a platform, drug delivery. So this isn't the type of drug delivery that you go in high school, This is the drug delivery of prescriptions into your body, correct?
I don't know.
Nice.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't see any news. Do you have a catalyst that's current?
I'm looking.
Or is it just that we had a 300% gapper yesterday, so something was bound to be popping?
Um, I don't see anything.
All right, I don't see anything either. Overall risk across the board is quite low in terms of overhead supply. They have 65 months of cash. Offerability is low. I don't see anything there. So let's go to the daily chart. Looking at a pretty clean stock here in Gel Tech. They're doing their business right out of Australia in the drug delivery services. Take a look at the daily chart. Let's go back a bit. Pretty new stock from October, right around Halloween time. That's why I have the Halloween mug this morning. But we had kind of some spikes on some okay volume that topped out in the high fours, low fives. Since then, it's been top left to bottom right, fade, fade, fade. I have some volume that topped out in the $3 area. And now we're kind of gapping into like what would be all-time highs if we have a sort of push out of the gate this morning. How much are you looking into that resistance from end of last year, Huddy? And is this actually something that you would be like a little bit long biased on ever?
What are you talking gels?
Gels, blue
I mean, I don't,
skies,
I don't
baby.
see. Oh, I have the wrong chart up. Um, no, I don't think I'd be long biased here. Not really a big precedent. Like we were talking about UPXI yesterday, like, it was kind of similar to Jan Over in a way that they had that low float crypto investment news. I don't really see a precedent for this type of chart, this second, or this type of company, or this type of gap up. So I would kind of treat like fives as like the all-time highs, and like if you're buying that breakout, you also might be buying the all-time highs. And so that's kind of like what you have to wrestle with if you are looking long biased.
Yeah, the way I look at that is it sure is close to all-time highs. The volume today is obviously so much bigger than it has been over the past its entire lifespan. Um, but the other thing is, I don't prefer buying breakouts that are up 400% to the breakout level. If I get 400% on a breakout, I've probably been out 200% ago max. So buying at those levels is quite difficult. I don't know how many people drew the comparison between Janover and whatever, but I think what people see is that just low float-ish stocks, at least one of them this week ran big, and maybe there is a little bit more aggression towards buying these gappers this morning. What we saw there was a run over the past couple weeks where we had low float runners, and it was kind of, I don't remember all of them. Vero was one maybe. No, whatever. There was like 3 or 4, and the runs got significantly shorter in time as they spiked in the morning. Some went into the afternoon, and as the time went on, we started to get just smaller and smaller spikes that took less and less time out of the day. So I'm not sure if Gels has what it takes or not. I'm not long biased. Anything that's up 300-400%, regardless of the daily chart, just kind of noting that resistance. Maybe it's a short into resistance, although I don't know bag holder wise if we already doing enough volume to kind of overcome that. I do think people draw lines on charts and they kind of stick to them, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But it is up a ton. There's no real dilution risk or cash need right now, so in terms of having a little bit of fundamental help, I don't know if that's quite there, but I'll just say it's difficult to hold a 367% gap up. It's quite difficult. So that is your biggest gap of the day, your gold medalist, GELS, Gel Tech. I think they need something on the end there, like a Gel Tech Corporation or something, to make that really just drive it home. But we have another gapper, up 233% this morning, one that we have seen before. We know it can run. And I'm going to stop building suspense here. It's TIVC. That's TIVC. So we're going to head over there. Tivic Health Systems, medical device company, with a 680K float. We got kind of polar opposites here on the biggest gappers list, where that one was green across the board, no real signs of dilution or cash need right now. We have an even smaller float to the tune of like 70% lower, and we have everything high. Overall risk is high, offering ability is high, overall overhead supply is high. Historically, it's been high. Cash need is high. They only have 0.5 months of cash left 39 minutes ago. So this one kind of came about in the last hour before the open. Their White House briefing and FDA meeting secured positive interest in potential military and defense applications of its product candidates. So in other words, just jargon with some bigger names like White House in there. They just regained compliance with the Nasdaq minimum bid price listing rule 12 days ago. Do you know how they did that? Through reverse stock split, it looks like, about a month ago. It was a 1 for 17.
Split of a month ago.
Yes.
All right.
What do you see here dilution wise? Got to be something.
Yeah, they've done some I mean they amended an S1 a while ago and there hasn't been any amendments since, but they can raise about 600,000 from that shelf. Um yeah, they did do a reverse split on March 6th. It's a 700K float as of that date. Yeah, I mean they could raise and there's an update to the ATM that they have, but it's a low float, so how much can they really dump or dilute? I don't know. I would be scared that these guys are going to offer. It feels like they've been kind of orchestrating this run for a while now, and
For a move like
has a
this.
history of just like, huh?
For a moment like this. This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, tiny flow up 223%. You have some resistance up in the $15 area, reverse split adjusted. Volume was really good on that run. That was a gap, 4 to 6, like a 50% gap. And then it ran from a 2-day run from 6 to 15s. Since then, it's faded off. We've kind of gotten a little pop here in April that it's actually bigger than it looks. Over 100% move there that faded off. Couldn't break those highs in the $6 area. Faded off to where we are today. And big gap up. So you kind of have, kind of reminds you of like PRTG last week, where you kind of have this really big, significant resistance overhead. Volume is not the highest right now. Again, this news came out, I think, like 41 minutes ago. So hasn't been running that long, but volume isn't completely overtaking a lot of the other volume on the chart. Other days besides that big run in February, we have a gap and crap at the end of last year. We have a gap and crap that did spike significantly in November of last year. I feel like this is one we've seen many times before, and I can't see all of it. But kind of has a mix of gap and craps or runs that actually sustain themselves for a couple days. But it's all kind of into this 10 to 15 area where the resistance draws heavy and we struggle to get through. So again, not looking at 15 for me as like a breakout. 400% up into a level is going to be where I draw the line in terms of buying a breakout. But it doesn't mean it can't break out, if that makes any sense. So that resistance is resistance until it's not. But two big gappers up 200, 300%. What are your thoughts, Huddie, on this situation this morning where there's probably going to be a lot of shorts wanting to short these because they're up so much? Maybe a lot of buyers who saw something like UPXI yesterday are like, these things got 50% more in them. Who's going to win that battle?
I mean, I don't know if I'm the right guy to ask. I've been getting destroyed on the gappers this month, so it's not really again, like things can spike and then fade, right? So it's really about who has the best strategy to ascertain the opportunity, in my opinion. As I always say, I think there's high odds that these things fade. I think they've already had their moves. And if they are like cooking and offering or anything like that, like that's what's to come. So it's not something I want to hold long, that's for sure. But as for how much are they going to spike before they start fading, I have no idea. Things have been spiking recently.
It's hard to predict. That's why gappers, I think, are a frustrating commodity when it comes to trading, and that why they draw so many eyes and are so alluring is because whether you're looking at them from the short perspective or you're looking at them from the long perspective, chasing that unicorn down, trying to find the next 5 million % runner. Timing is very imperative, wouldn't you say, Huddie? And we only have an hour of price action on TIVC. We have some daily history, but it's today the biggest run in its history. It's today the biggest flop in its history. Hard to know till we know,
Yeah, I know.
He knows, folks. Oh, great. Awesome. Fantastic. Amazing. How's everyone doing out there? Gosh, guys, not a lot of activity, not a lot of love out there. 36 likes, barely any new comments. You guys okay? Do we talk? Do we have a therapist session? Wayne says BTC is bumping nicely today. Nice. We're not our in-house specialist in Bitcoin. You're going to need Kyle for that. Jenica says, are you watching JNVR for a first green day, although the volume dried up? No. I said I was done when I was done, and I mean it that I'm done. Yeah, this first breakout where I made a good chunk of change was nice. From there, it got more and more liquid. I don't know. We had the first red day was the increase in volume, but it's really just been on a fading pattern of volume since, and I don't want anything to do with that. Look at the candles yesterday. Look at this. Blah. No, thank you. I can only imagine the spreads there, probably $1 or $2 every single thing. They were still bad when I was buying it when it had decent volume. So no, it's a big run. The technical reversal would have been on 410 when it turned into a breakout, but no, thank you. Probably still fits liquidity just because it's so expensive, but I'm not looking at it. It probably can bounce, could bounce, should bounce up towards 50 maybe, but I'm done watching it. Sean the Gambler says, what up, what up? Huddie, what do you say to that?
What up, what up?
What up, what up? Slow out there, guys. Times like this, I think you can really grow in your journey as a trader, though. I think sometimes the worst thing for a lot of beginners or intermediate traders is having a market that's on fire and having a million plays, because you get taught bad lessons. You get into bad habits that sometimes do pay. And you maybe don't become the best at prioritizing the best charts out there. Right now, you're really being tested. Last week, there was not a whole lot of big daily chart patterns. This week so far, not really that many daily chart patterns. And then when you draw the line down even further of ones that have worked, SBEV was a breakout yesterday. Do you trade that type of liquidity? I don't know. Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. But I think this is a great time for growth, a great time to learn from your mistakes, from past markets, learn what's working in this current market, update and optimize your system and your rules. There's so much you can be doing right now. You got to be thinking about the 1%, the best traders in the world. What are they doing right now? Whether are they gravitating to different patterns, or are they, sitting in cash? Are they waiting? What are they studying? How are they doing it? I think you can grow a lot during periods like this, and you can prepare yourself for the next stretch, whenever that is, a month down the line, a week down the line, 3 months down the line, a year down the line, when the market picks up steam and we have lots of plays in small cap land. Are you prepared? Are you even ready if I drop that on your doorstep this morning and said, here's 5 breakouts, nail them all? Are you ready? The answer is no. I don't know what you're doing being frustrated about the market right now. All right, last question from Sean. We'll get out of here. How often do you guys hold first red days longer than a day? Personally, not often for me. I usually like to see probably 20 to 30% off the green red mark, and if that happens, I'm usually done. Usually on good ones, I'm out in the morning. I know Kyle will sometimes take things into another day, but I think a lot of the times he's shorting stuff while it's still green on the day and has a big wick, and like he's expecting the first red day to be tomorrow. But personally, not often for me. Huddy, no answer. Not often.
I don't like swinging things short overnight.
Not fun, unless it's fun.
Just dangerous.
Unless it's Mullen.
Even then, I didn't do it.
We didn't like it.
One time I did swing it, I got squeezed.
All right, everybody. 47 likes, we'll count it, we'll round up. I'm a big rounder up towards 50. We will see you tomorrow. It'll be 9:15 a.m. start time. We're going to do a little live trading for you on free Wednesday, so 9:15 start time. Kyle will be running the show, so you'll see from all three of us. We'll also have Wine Wednesday. As mentioned in the live chat over there, you can sign up if you don't want to join 3 or 4 leaf, but you want to see some free content. We have a free 30-day course now available. You can join through the link right there in the live chat. And if you want to check us out, see how we teach on a lot more of the basics and kind of see what we're all about, that's a great place to start. Heidi, any words of wisdom today
No.
No words of wisdom. I'm trying to come up with something. I'll just Google quote of the day, and that should get us where we go. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. And you know what? I could not agree more. Be the version of yourself. Be the best version who great things happen to. Be the type of person who good things are going to happen to. Right, Huddy?
Right.
Exactly. We will see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. All you Clovers, we'll see you in the room right now. So get popping in there. Let us know your trade plans for the rest of the day. We're going to do some trading and a webinar today for all you 4 Leafs and Black Clovers. Have a wonderful day. Huddy, have a wonderful